All right, hi everybody. You're on Warts and All Modeling. I'm Rob the Builder. Can we build it? Yes, we can. Um, okay, yesterday we were doing some work on the detailing of the cockpit of the P-39. We're going to continue that today. I was doing some extra work on it last night. I didn't end up streaming because my phone was on charge and I used the phone as a camera. I'm sure you're not concerned, but there you have it. Uh, anyway, point being, we are going to, when I was doing extra work yesterday, had some very cool stuff that I think I will, that ultimately I wanted to share with you. And we're going to work on that today. And hopefully you will see why I'm all aglow about these things. I will show you first what I am so happy about. And yeah, we'll take it from there. As always, coffee. And right on cue, I've got a phone call. All right. Now, actually, a quick little aside. A few little asides, but interesting stuff, at least relevant to our kit. You will notice I have painted all these bits that sort of yellowy green colour. Now, this is where the joy of our research comes into play, people. If you look at the pictures of our P-39 that we have acquired through the kind permission of the Historical Aviation Film Unit, you will see that that's pretty much the universal colour in all those sorts of positions. As we do that, our recreation will come up much more nicely for that. Now, the bits I was very excited about, as you can see the various circles, if you compare them to the wheels from our pictures, we can imagine that we've got two different colours of metal in the actual rim, one being for the brakes, one for the actual wheel rim. So what we're going to do is we're going to create that effect by doing aluminium in this middle. We're going to try go gunmetal grey around the outside. There's a couple of little lines in, so we'll do them, and then we're going to try and do a very fine line. That will be 20 time around the outside. If we pull that off, those wheels will be a wee bit special. Other thing I want to get to work on is, oops, I tell you, I want to move these things off. Let's be so careful with that. This little number. This is the dashboard. What I want to show you, bring it up close again, is, let's see if I can get a quick picture again. Oh, that's not bad. All right, you can see how we've got all our little gauges and stuff. Our first step with this is to do a backboard of black. So you have to be very careful with that. That's going to take a bit of patience, but what I want to show you is how we set that up so it all comes together. And the first thing you do is your backdrop. Now, in a similar vein, I've actually, give me a moment to locate, done this one. Which goes in the middle of the cockpit floor. Now, there's a few different colours that need to go on there. I need to do a similar procedure to what we're going to do on there here, because there's 3 gauges. So there's a fair bit to work with here. Now, the other thing I would like to consider, depending on how we go for time, and it's another aluminium thing, this little bar down here. As you can see, we've got a nice solid coloured floor. And we're going to go with a nice bit of aluminium down the middle. And it's going to highlight a lot of what goes around it. Here's something else I'll make mention of. These bits here are our wheel struts. However, they're not all aluminium. There's going to be little bits there that we're going to make gunmetal grey, so we're going to also go over those in the appropriate manner to leave the gap that will be the gunmetal grey, just as you know, for things like or to create the look of the what's the correct term? Suspension. Yeah, as they allow the cushioning springs. That's not the correct term. It's part of the suspension. I used to know that word. Or the term. I know what I'm talking about. I think you guys probably do too. Now, as you'd expect, we're going to go in fine detail. Bam! Fine detail brush. Now, get a bit on it on the whole stack. Now we're going to start on the wheels first, as I think I mentioned. Now, well, you know, I'll just give you tips. You've probably done this yourself before, but if you haven't, I would recommend a good close grip. As you can imagine, if I'm here trying to do fine, delicate work, no, kids, there. Now, I'm probably going to redunk this, but that's okay. When I'm going in, I'll rest both my arms on the table. The idea being, the table shouldn't be going anywhere. Thus, it's a nice, even sort of maneuver or position to hold. And finally, and in some ways, not most critically, but it's certainly a critical factor in how much I've got in there. There we go. That's what I want. That's what they want. Control your breathing. Now, obviously, there comes a point to which you want to be careful, but you do need to make sure that you're applying enough pressure and control with your brush. And a slight area there, that's okay. To actually get the paint out. What I mean by that is if you're not applying, there we go. Ah, there we go. Yeah, you can see how I've done just the interior. Now, when we then go, we're going to put the gunmetal. You can pretty much see where I'm going to put the gunmetal grey to create the look of the brake calipers. Fantastic. Now for the next one. So you can see how we've got those clear areas set with the aluminium, and we'll then put the gunmetal grey around once they're dry. These, as I said, we're going to leave that area there with the spring shock absorbers. That's the word, where the shock absorbers would be. That we want to leave gunmetal grey. The rest of it, aluminium. Pretty straightforward operation here. But I will show you how the aluminium plays out with regards to that. Then you'll see what I'm waffling about. Give me a moment. You can see how this one, it's all that aluminium color with the exception of that middle area right there. That is going to be where we go gunmetal grey to create the shock absorber look. Actually, you can even see it there. If I hold it up against there. All right, so we've got the aluminium stem. We've got the aluminium on the bit that actually holds the wheel. We've got that gap there, and that's where we're going to do a gunmetal grey to show the shock absorbers. This central strut on the cockpit floor, we're going to do aluminium. Now you can see where I've made a couple of small errors. I need to touch up a little bit there where I've got some on the floor. But that's really easy to do and not a big deal at all. However, you can see how that really highlights everything. When we do that base area there, maybe in a gunmetal grey, everything starts coming to life. You can start seeing it, and that's what you want. So we're working on, where is he? There, that little baby there. Just do a black backboard, and then we're going to try and go around those nice, neat little circles. Now the backboard is black. These particular sorts of things can take quite a while, as you can imagine. Give me a few more exhibits and I'll show you some of what we've done. There we are. Now, there'll be a few little touch-ups, and we've still got quite a lot to do on it, but you get the idea as to what we're trying to achieve here. That'll come up much nicer once it's finished, I can assure you. And then there's still little touch-ups to be done to make it look absolutely even. But she's getting there, peeps. She's getting there. Here we go. You can start to see how the dashboard comes up very nicely if you put the time in. And when we get a bit more color back on certain areas and then start throwing in other colors to highlight them, it'll look fantastic. There. You can see how we've got a lot of the detail coming up. Now, when we start adding other color to that will come up an absolute treat. I'm very happy with the way it's looking at the moment. Wait till she's done properly, she'll look fantastic. Right, well, yeah, there we go. Now, if you want to track me down on other platforms, you will find me on Facebook, Rob's Builds. You'll find me on Twitter, where I am Rob the Builder. You will find me on Instagram, Warts and All Models, and on YouTube, Warts and All Models. Right you are then. Now, I will, leave you to it, and I'll be back. Well, I'm certainly going to be back. I might be back later today, but if I'm not, I will certainly be back tomorrow. Same kit time, same kit channel.